who is the king in the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 36. And the reason why I'm putting this video together, this is a Christian apologist, Blitz IUIC. The IUIC was looking for smoke and they got smoke. It says Elder Mike, the urban church. So they're playing fire, was it fire with fire? So now this guy, I believe this guy is Elder Mike, lost soul. All these guys are lost. The Israelites, but they don't accept the fact that they're Israelites. Anyway, this is at minute mark, what is that? 109, 109 you can start at. So I just want you to listen. It's a little muffled, but I'll repeat what was said. And this question was posed to the IUIC a couple of years ago from a former, I guess he was a former IUIC member that, asked the same question, who is the king in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 36. So this goes out to all of y'all in GMS members, teachers, any of the former One Westers. This goes out to Zakaria, ISUPK, the IUIC, and they played on the fact that when the individual asked him who was the king that the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28, verse 36, who was the king. And the dude, like big man right here from IUIC said the white man. I guess he didn't understand the question, because I know he wasn't talking about the white man was our king, but they played off of it. That's why you got to be careful as what you say. And that's why you have other men around you just to hear what the scriptures say, 2 or 3, right? 2 or 3 witnesses, right? When you go out there, when the Lord sent out the 70, he sent them out two by two. Because anything you do, you have to have a witness to it, right? So, and it was one of their witnesses that said, no, he didn't ask that question. I ain't talking about the white man. But when he said that, I'm quite sure he didn't mean that the king in Deuteronomy 28, verse 36, when it says, you, the Israelites, and your king shall go into captivity, he said the white man. It was like he didn't get the full message. So they played off of it. So throwing it out there again, the title of this video, who is the king? Who is the king? Or who was the king in Deuteronomy 28, verse 36. So let you listen to it.
Curse has been poured upon the Israelites. In verse 32, it says, our sons and my daughters shall be taken and given to another people. That only happens to Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's why God was.
Now understand this. When you go to Deuteronomy 28, verse of the whole chapter, when you go to the curses, what does that start from, like the 15, 16 verse? And people pretty much say, well, that's talking about us coming to America. All those curses apply to us coming to America and serving slavery. It's not true. It's talking about different times, the different times that we went into captivity. You have some scholars say that the Assyrians makes sense, the Babylonians makes sense. But when you go to around about the 50th verse, read down the 51st, 52nd, 53rd, 54th verse, that's specifically talking about, although the scholars will say the Assyrian Empire and the Babylonian Empire. Okay, we'll go with that. But it's also talking about the Roman Empire. When you read it, it's talking about the Roman Empire, the siege. And that happened more than once. So we know that Deuteronomy 28, round about the 54th verse, is not talking about us going into captivity under America. into America. It's talking about the Roman Empire and possibly the other verses in that same chapter is talking about the Babylonians and the Assyrians. But the focus now is we're in the Americas, right? So in Deuteronomy 28 and 36, they say the guy, Elder Mike, right here, he's basically asking, we went into slavery from Africa to America. So what king was on board one of the ships? And I'm not going to give the answer. I'll expect your feedback. But let's listen to a little bit more. Come back over here. Okay, now I'm at 108.25. Let's listen.
It's the transgression of God's law. And the Bible just said, all Israel had sinned. I agree. All Israel was talking only to the Israelites. They're the only ones that got God's law. You can put this up with the old person, right? All Israel had transgressed that law. Even by the part that they might not obey the voice. Therefore, the curse is what? Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. What did we just read in Deuteronomy 28? The curse has been poured upon the Israelites.
Yeah, in the form of different captivities. We were under the Moabites for a short amount of time. We were birthed as a nation in the land of Mizraim, which people call Egypt, which they were not calling themselves Egyptians. The Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Greeks, the Medo-Persians, Judah being taken down by the Babylonians, and then the Babylonians were taken down by the Medo-Persian Empire, which made Babylon a province and enslaved all the people in that land. Remember, 127 provinces. The span of the Medo-Persian was. When you go into your history, so we suffered the Babylonian captivity, the Assyrian captivity, the Moabite captivity. I mentioned the Babylonians, the Persian and Mede captivity, the Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, and this captivity. So when we came to the Americas as Israelites, we came over here. It was taken from us. The families were split up. Is that the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28? Yeah, because we're still under these curses as it is this day. When will we no longer be under the curses? When we're delivered, when the destruction, breaks forth. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So listen to a little bit more and I'm gonna close.
In verse 32, it says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be taken and given to another people." That only happens to Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's why God was said, all Israel has transgressed thy law. The curse is poured upon them. The Lord will bring you in your king whom you set over the nation. But that you Deuteronomy chapter number 28, verse 36. Read. That he will you for your fathers have not. Read that again. The Lord will bring you and your king whom you set over the nation. Let me ask the question. Who is the king that came over with the Israelites from Africa? Because you're confused. Read that again. The Lord will bring you and your king who makes the
He said the white man. He didn't realize what he was saying with all the rigmarole and the commotion and the confusion. He said, the white man. So the white man is the king of Israel. He didn't understand it. But they're playing on it. They're playing on it. All right. Let's listen to it a little bit more. So if you didn't hear it too clearly, because I'll see if it came through in the replay. This individual read Deuteronomy 28 verse 36, saying, "Ye and your king shall go into captivity." Right. So he said, "Who is that king that came out of Africa that went to America?" So this guy said, "The white man." So which meant he was saying, he was answering this guy back, the white man is a king that went into captivity with us. So obviously he misheard the question. That's why you have witnesses around, so they can say, no, he didn't say that. He didn't mean, no, he meant this. These guys are just there. These are toy soldiers right here. Let's listen to a bit more, then I'll close it.
Oh, the white man?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, no, we got to stay on this a little bit. I'm sorry.
Mike, hold on, Mike, you gotta put that on like 25 speed and play it again.
Play that again. I don't want them to try to chop it up.
It's gonna be like,
what was his brother's name, by the way?
Say you don't have answers without saying you don't have answers.
Right.
Say you don't know the Bible without saying you don't know the Bible.
What was your officer's name? Anybody remember?
Now I'm gonna close it. But anyway, I'm gonna be so happy when the Most High takes out the unbelievers of our people, because they deserve it, man. They deserve it. I'm gonna be so happy when Psalms 91 is fulfilled and we get to be, and I hope I'm delivered. I hope I give diligence to make that call and election sure. So we call ourselves the hopeful elect. I hope I'm delivered. I hope I endure to the end. And I hope I get to look down, get beamed up in the ship, and I hope to look down and see the reward of the wicked, which are who? The three parts, the three was it parts of men: the sons of the wicked, which is Edomites, the other nations, and a certain number Israel. So we're gonna see. It said, "Only with thine eyes shall thou see the reward of the wicked," and that's talking about Esau, these other nations, and these wicked ass Israelites that are not was not slated to be delivered, because they got to go. They got to go. You know, I say to hell with them, man. I say to hell with them. But anyway, I'm gonna say shalom, and it's on to the next one.